Renee. So let's just get into it, shall we? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 2, called Kenough, okay? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, this episode, it was giving absolutely nothing. It was giving absolutely nothing. I don't know why my camera is blurry. That's what I was over here working on for y'all just a minute ago. Hold on one second. Let me see. We can focus this thing a little bit. Okay, there we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. All right, we're going to work on it. We got a new camera, y'all. So we're trying to work it out. Let's see who's in the building. Miss B is here. Also, one of my members says, looking forward. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Sweet Pea, my friend. She says, Shay. Hey, boo in chat. What's up? Also, one of my members, LaQuanda Govan, says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, LaQuanda. Thank you so much for joining. We got 24 people in the chat. Please go ahead and hit that like button, okay? So while I have you here, all right, members only, there are 3 of you that won your name. You know who you are if you watched the video, and members only. 3 of you won $25 gift cards. Please inbox me on Instagram, shayreneeonline, so I can get you your funds. I'm not mailing nothing no more because, child, the last time it got lost in sauce. So I want to make sure that everybody gets their funds directly. I can Venmo you, Cash App, whatever works best. Just let me know, okay? But send me your information on Instagram. Second thing, Patreon, all right? We are up and running on Patreon. I will start doing reviews where they are watch-alongs on Patreon because we have less restrictions over there, okay? I've already uploaded all 8 episodes of Divorced Sisters, okay? So y'all can feel free to go over there. You can actually enjoy free access for 7 days, all right? And it's only $5.99. So versus you paying for the BET Plus, which is, I think it's $10.99 now, you'll get it for almost half, well, basically half, okay? And All the Queen's Men, I will be uploading that by tomorrow night. So the first 2 episodes, okay? So there'll also be some videos that I will upload from, God dang it, I can't, Zeus. There are certain interviews, Megan Good's interview, I'm going to do a review on that and upload it there so you all can see that. So yeah, we're going to start doing watch-alongs on my Patreon because we cannot do it over here. Make sense? All right, so please go ahead, click that link. It is in my bio on my channel here, and it's also in the bio. I will put it in there where you'll have easier access to click the link once I conclude this video. All right, so let me see who else has joined us since we got up in here. Miss Boss Chick says, hello, Shay in chat. What's up? Thank you so much for joining. Sweet P724 says, I love a good watch along. Yes, I love to do them. They're actually really, really fun. So y'all, please enjoy. You know, like I said, the first 7 days is free. So if you register, I'm going to be doing my first watch along in the morning. Okay. I don't know if I have it set for Divorced Sisters or Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I'm not going to even do it. If it's on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm going to take it off because it wasn't nothing going on in this episode. But if y'all want me to, I'll keep it up. But I was thinking about doing it for Divorced Sisters and do my review pre-recorded tonight with my husband to put it here. We're going to figure it out before I go to sleep. Okay. Terry, Oh, Terry Babe 89 says, hello, Shay. What's up, friend and mods in chat? Thank you so much for joining. Y'all, I gotta figure out how to create mods again because somehow my sister, she's been helping me with my channel. She done wiped out all my mods, but I don't know how to put them back on there. So I used to just add y'all from my phone. I got to focus this camera. It's pissing me off. I don't like it. I don't like it, y'all. We're gonna figure it out. All right, let's get into it. We are past the 5-minute mark. Y'all, this episode, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay. It wasn't really, it wasn't giving all that they thought it was supposed to. It gave. We are really, and I know we're not gonna talk about sis, my good sis. Okay. We're not gonna talk about her, but you can really her presence is very much lacking on the show. Very much lacking. You could tell. It's given very fake. I probably should do a watch along on this show just so y'all don't have to give it a rating. I can play it and then y'all can see what I'm talking about. The Scotts are extremely fake. Like they have absolutely nothing to talk about. Trish and Marquez, get a divorce already. Y'all are entirely too grown to be acting the way that y'all are acting. And Ken, you and your muscles, go and donate your spermicide to somebody and make them a mother because you are really too involved in these children's lives as if their father is not there. It's getting annoying. It's like you're forcing yourself. It's a square forcing itself into a circle. A circle of people of a family that was already created, and now you coming in talking about some you the daddy, but I'm the father. This my family. No, it's not your family. It's his family as well. So what are you talking about? His DNA runs deep into those children. They look just like him. If you want to be somebody daddy so bad, besides Trisha calling you daddy in the bedroom, which I don't even think she the one at because we seen them gray sweatpants. Disappointing. But I digress. Get you a kid. But according to Marquez and his little slick tone sometimes, apparently I'm not able to do that. So, But let's move on. All right. So this episode is basically based around Ken, Marquez, and Trisha and them trying to blend this family and Ken trying to son Marquez every chance he gets and tries to act like he's giving him so much wisdom. You know, I'm going to say this, y'all. People that don't have children, okay, you didn't raise a child, you didn't birth a child. I know people like to say, I can give advice if I don't have children. I'm going to go ahead and be honest with y'all. No, you cannot. No, the fuck, you can't. Okay? Yes, everybody can point out when a child is raised incorrectly, right? Everybody can put their hands in the pot and help. But if you did not, from day one, finding out that you were pregnant, sit up here and think about how this child is going to make it to Earthside. 2, figure out how you're going to pay for this child every day. 3, figure out how you ain't going to fuck this child up by you showing them the wrong way of living. Don't. Just don't. I'm just going to tell you right now, as a mother, a person, I didn't think I was going to have children. Once I had a kid, because I was that person that was like, oh, just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I can't tell you what to do when it comes to kids. Once I had a kid, I went back and apologized to all my friends. Yep, I went back and apologized to all my friends because I was a loudmouth, know it fucking all that didn't know shit. And I'm okay to go ahead and apologize for that. Don't give nobody advice. Don't insert yourself in situations when you don't have any children. Ken needs to play his part. But the problem is, Trisha is the one elevating his position. You see, she's making it seem like these children now all of a sudden they need to just forget about Marquez as their daddy because he wasn't around for a while. So fuck him. Okay. He wasn't there when her daddy and her mama passed away. So fuck him and the people that birthed him. Okay. She don't care. Trish is hurt. She is hurt. Okay. And that's just what it is. She's hurt and she's trying to erase Marquez out of her life because he represents a lot of hurt within her. Okay. And that's a problem because now you're putting so much stock in Ken and you're placing him in the center of your life and you're forcing him onto your children. So now you're making it seem like, hey, kids, Ken is better than your daddy. See, he's here. He lives here. He's around. Of course, he's around. He fucking lives with you. You moved him into the house with you and your children. Now, Marquez, you're not off the hook, honey, because you decided that you wanted to go to ATL and find yourself. Okay? I don't know what scavenger hunt that you have placed yourself on to find yourself, but I hope you finally found what you're looking for. I hope you're looking for your children because that's what you need to be doing. See, the reality is once you become a parent, it don't stop. Not even when the Glock pop. Okay. Being a parent is a 24/7, 365 days a year job. I don't care when they turn 18, it don't stop. Because I'm pretty sure when my son turns 18, until the day I take my last breath, I will be worried about everything that he's doing. You see, once you birth a child, your everyday thoughts is about keeping them alive, making them a good person. Ken may have taken some breaks in there, but Trish, I think you did too, because you are more worried about yourself and you are more worried about how you can piss Marquez off, how you can stick it to him because he wasn't there for you when your parents passed away. And both of y'all are selfish as fuck. Get a divorce. Because if I have to hear y'all talk one more time about this wasn't, you weren't there for me, this one, you didn't do this for me, and it's not about y'all anymore. I repeat, it's not about y'all anymore. Ken, mind your business. Stay out of it. Okay? Because you are so busy trying to gain respect from Marquez. You so busy trying to force Marquez to respect you that you're not seeing that you're the problem. You are a part of the problem. And my thing is, I wouldn't even be involved in that. I would be telling Trish, listen, you need me to be here for the kids and you, cool. I don't need to talk to sir. I don't need to talk to him because every time we have a conversation, it doesn't go well. But you are the one, you're still married to him. So that's why he's still around. You know what? I'll chauffeur y'all there. Let's go on down to the courthouse and get this handled. Let's go on down here and get this handled. Because let me tell you something. My auntie and my uncle, they got married twice. The first time they got a divorce, let me tell y'all, they went on down to the courthouse in DC and they handled that shit in one day. You feel me? They sat down, they said, listen, we don't like each other no more. Let's go on ahead and get this done. I don't want nothing from him. He don't want nothing from me. Let's go on. Papers, boom, bop, bam, out of there. Now they end up getting married again a couple years later, which is some crazy shit. I don't know. But Ken, Trish, you can get a divorce in a day. You absolutely can. Y'all are dragging this out together, not together, apart. Because y'all don't want to be apart. So moving on. Kimmy and Maurice meet up with Trish and Ken at a restaurant. They're basically sitting there trying to get advice from them. Trish and Ken are, that is. They're trying to get advice from Maurice and Kimmy on how to deal with this whole situation because they have went through the same thing. But the big difference here is, well, it's not really that much of a difference. Kiowa still wanted Maurice. It sounds like Marquez still wants Trisha and vice versa. I don't think Maurice so much wanted Kiowa. I think Maurice was happy out here allegedly being a downward dog, okay? And I ain't talking about yoga. But he was stretching these hoes out. But Kimmy had issues with Kiowa. Kiowa felt like Kimmy was the reason why her and Maurice didn't get back together as quickly as she would have liked them to. She felt like their marriage could have survived or they could have gotten back together. And mind you, Kiowa was still thinking about all of these things while you were sitting up here already done said, I do to another ninja. But yeah, you worrying about Casper, aka Maurice over here. Light bulb head. Okay, you worrying about getting with him and why for come and how come you came around and I couldn't get my man back. Girl, let me tell you something, Kyle. You dodged a whole dart, a bullets, they say. You dodged it. Let it burn like Usher, baby. Let it go. You don't need that. Okay. Clearly, I don't know if you still pining after this man. We ain't seen you film no more, but you was going to use little Maurice until you couldn't use him no more to guilt trip Maurice into staying with you, which I don't even know why. Because Maurice, I don't know when he was Deacon Dickum down Maurice allegedly at the church house. Mm-hmm. Girl, he was doing more than praying over them women and they let me stop right there. Moving on. Kimmy and Maurice say that they're staying in an Airbnb. This is their way of telling y'all that that's why you don't see the house that they was in, because allegedly on the YouTube streets, the peoples is saying that Kimmy had to sell that house that they was living in, and they had to rent a house because of the debt that Maurice allegedly has her in. Okay, I don't know any of this to be true, but that's what the people's is saying. So if anything, if that is true, this Airbnb story is a cover up, in my opinion. Okay. So apparently they're staying in an Airbnb because they're having their downstairs renovated. Okay, girl. Moving on. Okay. So Ken comes in. I mean, Ken and Trish start to talking about Marquez and how he walked in their house without being, asked to come in and blah, blah, blah. And when he dropped off Zaria, their daughter, the other day, and how, Trish talks about how he was disrespectful to her friend Sharon, that ain't nobody fucking asked for her to be here. Sharon the Karen, get on. Because you don't nobody know you. Why are y'all trying to force Sharon the Karen on us? We did not ask for her. She is not entertaining. We don't care. We do not care, Sharon. Please go home. Go home, Roger. Because nobody asked you. Because Sharon, when you sat your ass there, you said, "Oh, I have some questions for you if you don't mind." And da da da. You don't need no questions from Marquez. You don't know him. All you're doing is sitting here listening to whatever Trisha tells you. That's what you're doing. And at the end of the day, that's some messy shit. If Trish came to me telling me all this shit about her ex-husband, I'm not sitting up here arguing with your ex-husband. I'm going to listen to you as your friend, and I'm going to give you advice from what I know. But for me to be sitting up here going back and forth with a nigga that I don't even know, I've known you for 4 years and I've never met this guy, and I'm going to be sitting up here arguing and tussling with this man in your house? Absolutely not. I don't know. I'm sorry to this man. I don't know him. So I'm not about to be sitting up here arguing with no motherfucker that I don't know. He ain't fucking feeding or fighting me. I don't give a damn. Don't need to, I don't care. He ain't fighting with me. So why the hell am I worrying about what the hell going on with y'all? I'm just gonna be a good friend and listen, and you just go on about your day and do what you gotta do. I don't feel no ways tired about this. So moving on. She wants Marquez to apologize to Sharon. I don't know why. Because she says that, he just walked in the house and got hostile with Sharon, which is a damn lie. He did not walk in the house and get hostile with Sharon. He wasn't even fucking talking to her ass. He was talking to your dumb ass. And he told you that he came in the house because your daughter had he had groceries that he purchased or whatever. She had a bunch of bags. So he wasn't going to allow her to walk in the house by herself with the bags. But also, Marquez, your son was there too. So I don't even know what was the point of you walking up in the house. But Marquez said in an interview that production told him to walk into the house. So if that's the case, Trish, you knew the fuck he was coming in there. Because production can't tell him to come in your house if you didn't make it okay for him to do so. So y'all need to stop playing around. See, this is that fake shit that y'all do for TV. This shit is fake, okay? You know he was coming in there. That's why you was like, hold on, watch this with Sharon, because you wanted to start some shit with him. I think Trish loves to argue with Marquez. She argues with him and then run upstairs and play with herself, in my opinion. Child, please, moving the hell on. So Ken goes on about how he, goes on about how Marquez is a joke and that, he wasn't there with that whole situation with Sharon, but every time he feels like they're taking 5 steps forward, he does something like this situation with Sharon that takes them 10 steps back. And he doesn't know if, things are going to get better if Marquez just continues to go the way that he's going. So then Kent goes on to say that Marquez, while he's the father, he may be the dad, but this is his family. Ken, what the fuck are you talking about? This ain't your damn family. And yes, are you there to support them because you live there? Absolutely. Yes, the fuck you will support these kids because you live in this damn house with this woman. Are you kidding me? She comes with the children. That's not your family. You ain't nobody's stepdaddy. You are just a bolstering boyfriend. That's all you are. You're nobody right now. You are her boyfriend. You have no rights, no claim over those children, and really not even over Trish. If anything happens to Trish right now, guess whose power of attorney or who's going to be able to make decisions for Trish? Marquez, because they're still legally married. You can't do shit. God forbid something happened to her. Guess who's going to make decisions about where you live? Marquez. Not you. If something happens to you or Trish, guess who's going to make decisions where it comes to those children? Marquez, because those are his kids, not yours. So don't come to me with this bullshit about this is your family. This ain't your damn family, my ninja. It's not. But thank you for being a stand-up guy and paying for dance and being there. You want to keep on talking about who knows Marquez at the school. The people at the school know me. They don't know Marquez. How do you know if the people at the school don't know Marquez? I just feel like y'all talk about this shit so much. Y'all are trying to push this narrative so hard that Marquez is such a bad dad. My thing is, Marquez is not a bad dad. Because if he was a bad dad, his son wouldn't have the relationship with him that he has. Now, do I feel like his son's relationship with him is slightly tumultuous too? Because I feel like the son has to father the dad. Because it shouldn't take for your son, Xavier Marquez, to stop you from being an idiot. To stop you from going back and forth with your still wife. It shouldn't take your son to remind you that that's not a good thing. It shouldn't take your son at a cookout to stop you from embarrassing him and yourself. It shouldn't take that. But the fact that the son is willing to do that, the fact that the son has that relationship with you, lets me know that those kids love their father. Now, we haven't been able to see Zaria and her interactions with Marquez, but I feel like she's impressionable because she's young. So Ken and Trish, I don't know what you're doing with that little girl and how y'all are trying to kind of fix the narrative where it comes to her. But y'all haven't been able to fully penetrate the son because he loves his father. Period. So moving on, Ken keeps on saying that, Marquez needs to respect him. Ken, let's just go ahead and keep it a buck. Don't nobody have to respect shit about you. Because at the end of the day, that's still his wife. No matter how quickly they should have been divorced, they're not. So really, who you need to be looking at is your girlfriend, Trish. You need to be asking her, when is this all going to end? Because she's the one that's keeping this going. if you want to be totally clear and honest about the situation. She's the one that's keeping the shits and giggles going where it comes to y'all. So, oh, I don't know why I took myself off camera. So the reality is, until they get a divorce, nobody is checking for you, Ken. Nobody is checking for you. Why did it take me off screen? Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Let's see what's, hold on. I don't know what's happening. Standard. Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna just figure out this camera in a minute. It's not, I don't know what's happening with the camera, but we'll figure it out in a second. Let's just see. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. We back. Sorry about that, y'all. Can put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Journey to the Root says 1, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Let's just jump right back in. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. We're trying to work out this new camera, child. So moving on. Maurice says that, basically they just need to figure out a way to just worry about the kids, not worry about basically having a relationship with Marquez. They just need to manage around the kids, because trying to tell Marquez how to act or how to be where it comes to the kids is just let it go. Just let it go. As long as it's about the children, that's it. But trying to force Marquez into respecting you and this, that, and the third, that's just null and void at this point. Because Kimmy goes into talking about how, her and Kiowa really didn't have a good relationship. And it sounds like they still don't. So at the end of the day, let it the fuck go. Let it the fuck go. Terry Baby 89 says, happy belated birthday, Shay. Sorry, I should have said that at first. Team Cancer. Hey, Team Cancer. Yes, y'all, this is my last day with my balloons up. This is officially 7 days of 40. So I'm going to take it down after today. But thank y'all so much. So moving on, we get to the next scene, because they ain't really learned shit from Kimmy and Maurice about this whole situation. Martell meets up with Destiny at the furniture store. He's basically buying furniture for his Airbnb. Not his Airbnb, for his investment property. Okay. So my thing is, if it's an investment property, why is Ariane moving into it? And then he said that, he's not going to move with her. He's telling Destiny comes and he's telling Destiny, yeah, I'm doing this for my investment property, but I'm not moving in with her because we're not married. And, but she's a good woman. She's a great mother. She's a great partner. She cooks, she cleans, she does all these things, whatever. So basically she's just your schmeck slave, and she cleaned up the house. So she's just your slave, and you love that. But he also tells Destiny that, I just feel like my divorce is still fresh. Destiny was like, it was 5 years ago. And he's like, well, I just feel like it's still fresh. And, I think about it every time I look at my 4 children. And I just feel like, should I just continue to fight? Gator mouth, you are dumb as a box of rocks. This man just literally stood here and said that he don't know whether he should continue to fight for a marriage that ended 5 years ago, that this lady is not thinking about him. Melody is not going to remarry Martell ever, ever, never, never. Okay? So I don't know what you fighting for, sir. Get a life. Move on. Or tell Gatormouth that you ain't never gonna marry her. Just go ahead and tell the truth to this bitch, okay? It's never you're never gonna get it where it comes to Mel. You will never have that back. And I don't care if you have night sweats every night. You're gonna continue to wake up. It's not a dream. It's not a dream. You are never gonna wake up and this all be a big mistake and a big nightmare. It will be a nightmare that you will live day after day after day. Let it go. She don't want you. She don't want you. She don't want you. She don't want you. And in my opinion, I think that Martell is having Gatormouth move into this daggone house because I think she's on public assistance. So that he feels like that's free money he can get from the system. He gonna use her Section 8 to pay that rent, or what what he would call rent, so that he can have some revenue coming in for that house. That's exactly what he's going to do. And that's why he's not going to so-called move in there with her. Y'all been living together. So stop lying, okay? And that's just my opinion. That bitch is moving in that house. She going to pay the bills with her checks. And she's so delusional that she's looking at it like, oh, well, these checks, really, I wouldn't be getting them anyway. I'm just getting it to help my man out, but he paid for everything anyway. Like, he gonna take care of me. That little check from Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm pretty sure it don't go too far. Okay. And that's just the bottom line. Moving on. So they move into talk. They start talking about Destiny and Lance, and she says her and Lance ain't gonna work out because he got an old soul, but he ain't ready for a relationship, and she just can't get over the fact about him having this daggone baby and not telling her. Moving on, this scene was just a waste of time. Just a waste of time. Martell tells her that he can help coach her into finding her a man. Child, Martell, boo and bye. Boo and bye to you, sir. Okay, you're never going to marry Gatormouth. You're going to keep using her, and you're never going to get Melody back. So stop sitting up here thinking that if you hold out long enough, and if Mel realizes, oh, he still hasn't married her, okay, I'll let him come back. No, she's never going to do that. Never, ever, ever. I don't care if y'all are 80 years old, and she's like, you know what? I want to get married again. It won't be you. It won't be you. Okay, moving on. And Destiny, you ain't got shit to talk about. I don't even know why she is main cast. She don't got shit going on in her life. She did talk about her little bargain basement store, child. She had the storage unit up front. Now she up top. Now she moved downstairs into a bigger area. It's supposed to be some storefront. Girl, just stop creating more bills for yourself. Okay, just stop. Moving on. Marceau and Tisha meet at their slab of concrete, aka Scott Manor, that they've been building since 2019 and ain't did shit with it. It ain't gone nowhere. We see one damn beam. Let me tell y'all something. In my career, I work in the construction industry, right? I have never seen a house take this fucking long to build. I have coworkers that have bought plots of land. And one of them, it took him 2 years to build his house. Not 7. 2019. That's crazy. What is going on? And yes, I said 7 years because you count the year that they have the land, because you have to start paying for said plot of land in that same year. So you count 2019 as one of the years. So 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you've had this plot of land for 7 years. And all I see is one goddamn beam. Are you kidding me? And a big ass piece of concrete and a whole damn stone wall behind it. We got to get to a point where y'all stop trying to fake the funk and sell this plot of land to somebody that can actually afford to build this house, because y'all can't. I don't give a damn. The pandemic has been over for what, 3 years now? You can't afford to build this house. That's just what it is. And even with the cost of housing being as much as it is right now, people are clinging to apartments. They're not building homes the way that they're not buying these houses because interest rates have gone up to 7%. Okay? You have a plot of land and you work in construction. You're building this house yourself. Where's the plywood? Where is the walls, the drywall? This shit should have been up and done. It should have been up and stuck by now. This is never fucking land. That's what it is. Never land. Ain't never scotchuary. Okay? Because you ain't gonna pop a squat nowhere in this house. Okay? Please believe me. Y'all are wasting our damn time with this. So moving on, they end up talking about all these other projects that they're doing, and Kimmy and Maurice's project, and Marceau goes into his fake voice talking about some, I need Kimmy and Reese to get on the same page. He telling me something, she telling me something. And Tisha like, well, you need to listen to Kimmy because this is really her project. So you need to do whatever she needs you to do and get the project done. This is like really like, I feel like you were dragging this out. We're dragging out this whole scene. There was really absolutely no meat and potatoes to the scene whatsoever. So then Tisha talks about how she really want them to finish this house because she tired of sharing bathrooms with the kids and the house is so small. Now, y'all did that renovation inside the little house on the prairie real quick, but y'all can't get them beams and get this house built? How dreadful. Stop lying to us. Who's zooming who? You're lying. Lying your ass off. Whose house is this? Just tell us, whose piece of land are y'all standing on that somebody is allowing y'all to film on it and say that it's Scott Manor? That's just my opinion. I don't think this y'all house. I don't. You playing. Okay. Then Tisha told me something, I know you got these other projects, but I need you to halt those projects. I need you to build my office because my brokerage. Girl, you ain't sold. You are broke or rich. Okay. You ain't sold not one piece of a house. Wasn't Destiny one of your real estate agents at one point? I ain't seen neither one of y'all go and show nobody no damn house. It's a lot of fake fugazi bullshit going on with y'all. And frankly, I'm tired of it. Okay. This child, moving on. Stop fucking lying. He talking about some, well, we got to do some HVAC issues. So that's all that's left. All we need is like 30 to 45 days to get this done. She's like, 30 days? 30 days? Okay, 30 days. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're so lucky you have a husband. Nigga, what? Moving on. Then she talking about having some party and, she just want to celebrate life. This is, I guess, their way of bringing up this 80s party that they're going to have at some point in the show, which this makes absolutely no sense. You want to have a party to celebrate life like you pregnant. Girl, bye. Then she's talking about, and I want my mom there, because I'm so proud of her with this, her diabetes potatoes that she's selling on this truck. Child, moving on from this. I'm tired. Maurice meets up with Marquez to discuss life as a divorcee and how to get along and just to handle the kids properly. So Marquez comes to Maurice's office where he don't do shit in there. And they allegedly have after parties. Okay. I guess he came before the ladies. So they sit down and talk. Maurice says, basically, why y'all not divorced? Do y'all have lawyers? Blase. Marquez says, well, the documents said that we don't have any minor children. So if I had signed that, I wouldn't have been able to have a relationship with my children, or I wouldn't have had any rights to my children. So my thing is, Marquez, you keep on spinning this story and you keep saying this over and over again. Go get it corrected. Why aren't y'all going down to the courthouse to get unmarried? Okay, go on down there and do what you got to do, because I don't want to hear about this shit no more about not having any minor children. It's stupid. It's tired and delayed. So Maurice says basically, listen, the main thing about y'all is you need to be on one accord where it comes to the children. That's it. All this other stuff is just water under the bridge. Y'all need to just let it go. Let it go. And he was like, well, I talked to Ken on the phone for like 3 hours the other day. And, I could tell why Trish loves him, because he's just like her father. And she always said she wanted to be with somebody that was like her dad. And I'm nothing like her father. So I see that's why she loves Ken. Hell, my own father told me that it wouldn't last a year with Trish, but I stayed with her. And, we've been together for 12 years. And I stayed. Once I hit year 5, I felt good, because I feel like, I accomplished something, and I just wanted to prove my dad wrong. You're talking about the wrong shit. The marriage is over. Kaput. Kablooey. It's blowed up. We're done. Nobody cares about this marriage anymore. You shouldn't. So then he goes on to talk about the only reason that she got it filed for the divorce is because Ken told her to. She doesn't want to, Trish doesn't want to leave me. Trish still wants to be with me. And, I always, that's for real, that's my dog. That's my best friend. I don't want to be with her, but I'm always going to love her. You're delusional. You, my good friend with the pretty eyes, is delusional. Okay? I don't know if the ice in your eyes has glazed over where it's frozen your brain and you cannot see. You are stupid. She does not listen. She doesn't exhibit behaviors as to her wanting you. She has moved on and moved a whole nother man in her house. So I'm sorry, even if she's not running to the courthouse to get a divorce from you prior to Ken saying something, I wouldn't want to be with somebody like her. Let it go. The reality is both of y'all egos are so heightened and so elevated that y'all are just going through the motions. This is so stupid. Move the fuck on. Because frankly, I'm tired. I don't even want to hear about Trish, Marquez, Ken, no more. Get rid of them. I'm 2 seconds from not reviewing this damn show no more, because I'm really bored and tired. Moving on. Trish, Marquez says, he just wants to be one big happy family where they can go on trips together. And Maurice says that's just not realistic. And Marquez asked him, how is it with your ex-wife? And Maurice said, we ain't going on trips together. We are not besties. We just do what we have to do where it comes to my son. And that's it. I think it's unrealistic for you to think that y'all about to be going on trips and shit. And frankly, Trish don't want you the way you think she does. She don't want you. She don't want you. She don't want you. Okay? So go on down there, get what you need to get done with this paperwork, and move the fuck on. Okay? Moving on, y'all. We move on from the delusional ass Marquez. Okay? So Tisha is in the car with MJ. She's having a heart-to-heart with him. I mean, this scene was it didn't really need to be like a whole segment before a commercial. Like it was nice and all, but it's basically MJ's birthday. She's talking to him about how he's growing up. We learn Marceau lets the kids do whatever they want. He's the fun parent. Tisha is the disciplinary. Whatever. Moving on. She love her kids. We get to the last scene. Ken and Trish have Marquez over to have a conversation because, Ken just, he's got to stick it to Marquez and show him that he's in charge. You got to respect me, okay? I am Ken. Hear me roar. I've had enough of your foolishness, Marquez. Child. So Marquez comes in there. And this was really supposed to be a conversation with Ken and Marquez, not Trish. But my whole thing is, I am so tired of the one-on-ones with Ken and Marquez. The reality is, Marquez, Ken doesn't need to get your respect, and Ken Marquez doesn't owe you any respect. Trish, get a divorce. This whole situation is being dragged out way longer than it needs to be. So Ken is sitting there trying to philosophize with Marquez. Marquez goes into telling him, listen, I don't have to respect you. The respect was gone when you came into the situation and you didn't talk to me first. I don't have to talk to you first, sir. Your wife brought me into this situation. And the whole time, Trish is over there, chin getting longer and longer as she's smiling because she loves the turmoil. She loves watching them go back and forth. That is a toxic bitch. That woman thrives on negativity. And if I'm Ken, I wouldn't be with her. Simply put, Marquez, I wouldn't be with her because this lady is not healed. She needs a very good therapist. She really does, because that is one angry, gonna get her ass whooped one day ass woman. It is, because she gonna take all that pent up energy inside her little body to somebody and really want to take it all out on them because she's angry. She is, and Trish is not channeling her energy properly. She needs to heal from her parents. She needs to heal from the lackluster relationships that she has with other individuals in her family. She needs to heal from Marquez not being there for her when her parents died back to back. She needs to figure out how to move on from that. And instead of her doing that, she jumped into another relationship that I'm pretty sure she's unsure about. Trish looks uncomfortable every time she's around Ken. I think that she's unsatisfied sexually. I do. And I'm not even being funny. I think she's unsatisfied with him. I think that Ken looks good to her. I think he has the body aesthetic that she looks for, but I think he's not satisfying her in the bedroom. That's why she has so much pent up sexual tension every time she's arguing with Marquez, because she don't want to be with him, but God damn it, she want to fuck him. And you ain't going to tell me nothing different, Trish. You want to fuck the shit out of Marquez. He gets on your nerves. But you, god dang it, you want to ride him into the sunset. That's why you won't get a divorce. And all of this angry bullshit that you got going back and forth in front of him with Marquez in front of Ken, that's all a scene. That's all a scene to continue to prolong the process of you getting a divorce. Because my thing is, if I'm this angry with a motherfucker, we getting a divorce. I'm not about to spend my life arguing with you. For what? Especially y'all don't have no assets together at this point. It's just the kids. Y'all just need to figure out an arrangement for the children. Why am I going to commit myself to continuing to argue with you? People that want to get a divorce, goddamn it, they get it. They get it. And get it quickly. So Ken is sitting there trying to give the philosophy of how he's such a man, and Marquez needs to grow up, and he didn't, he's the one goes to dance practice with Zaria and goes to school with Zaria. The teachers know him. You saying the same shit over and over again. Marquez says, didn't I just give you $500 to pay for the dance or whatever? That little $500, listen here, $500 ain't nothing to sneeze at, Mr. Ken. Especially that's his child. So if he gave $500 for her dancing, then that should be acknowledged. But Marquez, what I'm not about to be doing is sitting over here looking for cool points with this nigga. You don't have to prove shit to him. Go to the courthouse and get you a custody arrangement. That's what you do. I wouldn't be talking to these shit for brains ass muscle membranes sitting over here at all. The only thing they could ever give me a recommendation for is a protein powder. That's it. I wouldn't want to hear shit that they got to tell me. I wouldn't want to talk to them. I don't give a fuck about what y'all doing. If it don't got nothing to do with my kids, I don't give a shit. All that shit that y'all doing, talking about respect this person, that person, the other person, all of that shit is null and void. Y'all keep having the same conversation over and over again about shit that really is, it doesn't matter. So then Sharon saunters her ass on up in here, trying to get in the conversation. Mind you, Trish, stop trying to push her on us. Marquez doesn't owe her an apology. She needs to mind her fucking business. Mind you, the bitch came in there with her fucking coat on. Stay a while, bitch. If you in here trying to get in the mix. So then they go to proceed to show Marquez that the kids' names are on the divorce document. What he's talking about doesn't make sense about them not having any minor children. It's on there, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Go to the courthouse, get a pro bono lawyer. If both of y'all are too broke to get a damn lawyer because y'all told Maurice that you ain't got no damn lawyer, go down there, have somebody explain to you what the document means, sign it, and get the fuck out of this marriage. Because frankly, I'm tired. I don't want to see it no more. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Ken, you keep on getting up trying to fight Marquez and this, that, and the third. It's very stupid to me. It's very stupid to me. Stop trying to get to fisticuffs with this man. It makes no sense. And Trisha is over there giggly gooing the whole time. She loves it. She loves to watch them go back and forth. So Ken gets so frustrated with Marquez because Marquez is annoying. Marquez don't know when to shut the fuck up. He keeps on doing stuff to push both of their buttons, to keep on bringing up the obvious that they're not divorced and Ken is mad and you living here and those my kids, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of hearing that. Marquez, Trish, get divorced. I'm done. That's all I got to say about this, y'all. Ken, fight Marquez or not, you're doing too much. You look dumb. Sharon, go home, Roger. We didn't ask you, okay? We didn't ask you for your advice. We don't want, need, or like any of it. And that's all I got to say, y'all. This episode was extremely dumb. I tried to make it an hour. I really did. We have 52 minutes. I really could have ended this like 20 minutes ago, child, to be honest. So let's get into, I'm going to read some of y'all comments before I get out of here because we have to record Divorce Sisters tonight. Melinda Taylor says she was their reality and now they have nothing to give. Oh, talking about Mel. Yeah, they don't got shit to talk about. But even still, she wasn't even really their reality. They just made her the center of what they talked about. Now they look boring as fuck. And the reason why they look boring is because they don't want to be honest and truthful. Everybody keeps on talking about we tired of the cheating and this rumors and that and the third. The problem is people think that they are cheating, but they just don't want to be honest about it. So if they're not going to be honest about it, this is the content that we get. This is the content from this show that we get, and it's absolutely nothing. So if y'all are not going to really be honest about what y'all have been doing or have done, the women are going to remain oblivious and allow it instead of them just coming out and saying, hey, we don't mind if our men cheat on us. It's cool because we want to say that we married. We so pressed to be wives that, you know what, I don't give a damn. They're not going to be honest. And that, in my opinion, that's what's going on. So it is what it is. And we just going to get this bullshit trash of a show. Journeyology to the Root says, evening all. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Terry Babe 89 says, I haven't watched it since it started on my birthday. I listened to the content creators talk about it. Well, we appreciate you. So first of all, I want to say this. We appreciate all of y'all support watching the reviews. I definitely understand everybody's position where it comes to the show, whether you want to watch it or not. But from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate any support for any of the shows, frankly, that y'all watch that I review, because y'all keep me going. So if I didn't have people watching, it would be no point in me coming up here. So that's just the reality. So we appreciate y'all. And thank you so much, Terry Babe 89. Sweet P 724 says Trish is terrible. She is a piece of work. I'm over her, and she brings absolutely nothing to the scenario. DG, also one of my members, what's up, DG, says, hey, Shay, Renee, and chat. I'm just stopping by to give a like. I'll catch the replay tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Journeyology to the Root says, Trisha is the problem. She's the problem. She is the problem. Because my thing is, if she would just go ahead and get the divorce finalized, none of this would be going on. She's too busy trying to force her children to be against their dad. She's trying to trick them into thinking that their father is not there for them and he don't care for them. And he's so busy trying to counter and fight against it and get respect from Ken in the process because he just deserves it. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of that stuff y'all talking about. Do right by them children, get a divorce, and stop the toxicity, period. Sweet P724 says, I wonder if Ken's soldiers ain't marching. Child. That's what Ken said. That's what Marquez said. Marquez has said it several times on the show that Ken can't have kids. And he said it in interviews. I don't know who would have told him that. I'm sure Trish probably told him that, in my opinion. But child, AI, these all these long-term relationships he been in and ain't got a bio kid. Exactly. Well, that's what it's looking like. It's looking a little sus. Looking a little sus. Can you date a whole married woman? Exactly. Like you're dating a whole married woman and you have all these expectations, sir. Stop. You're not in control, sir. Because if you were in control and she was really digging you like you think she is, she would have been divorced already. Hands down. Child, that woman don't want you, Ken. Journeyology to the Root says Trisha should have ended one relationship before starting a new one and bringing this man into her kids' lives. They all need therapy. They absolutely do. Because I'm sure them children just as confused as all get up. Terry Babe 89 says Trisha's annoying to me. She don't know what to do. She acts slow. Oh, I don't know if baby girl is acting, honey. In my opinion, that is her. That is her. Angry, stupid, and dumb. All that. Journeyology to the Root says also from her actions, Trish doesn't want to marry Ken. I don't think she wants to marry him either, honestly, y'all. I really don't. Sweet Pea says to Terry Babe, nah, I think she's slow as fuck because she still wants Marquez. Yeah, I think she still wants Marquez too. Miss B, that's me, has joined us in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. She says the people say they don't live in Alabama. What? Who don't live in Alabama? Trish and Ken? Where they live? Sweet P724, Sharon. Yeah, Sharon definitely wanted a moment. For sure, for sure. Absolutely. Okay. August Allen 28 says he was mic'd. Exactly. Exactly. If he was just coming in to throw in some groceries or whatever, he wouldn't have had a mic on. Or he would have been at the door putting the groceries inside the door and he could have yelled to Trish to say, hey, Trish, I didn't want Zaria to bring these groceries in the house. So I'm putting them here at the door so you can get them. I don't want to just step in the house, but I didn't want her carrying this stuff in by herself. See ya. But you walked in with a whole mic on into a conversation with Trish. Do better, production. Do better. Terry Babe 89 says, Shay, I thought they were filming at the time when Marquis walked in. Yeah, oh, when Marquez walked in. Yeah, they were filming. They full of SHI. That's what it is. They are full of SHI. It's all fake. Miss B, that's me, says Ken has a takeover spirit. He does. And he thinks that he's in control of this situation, and he absolutely is not. August Allen 28 says Marquez had a mic on, so nobody knew. Child. Listen, production, he told somebody in an interview, or he said it in his story, I think, that they put the mic on him and they told him to go in the house. So I don't know if Trish knew that or not, but child, a mess. Ken kills me when he says this is my house. And it ain't. And ain't. Child, you live there. That's what you do. Terry Babe 89 says he really do love his father. He does, and that's the thing. Yeah, that people need to stop trying to disrupt that. Those children love their dad. Is even though he crazier than a June bug and he does the absolute fucking most, they love him. Okay, and it's obvious that he was there for them for a big chunk of time when Trish was working all the time. He was the sole parent. The bottom line is they need to move on. Like, get a divorce. Just move on. I'm tired. Miss B, that's me, says Trish has cultivated this scenario with Marquez and has everyone believing he's a trash father. And I don't think he is. I don't think he's a trash father. I think that he's fighting against this narrative, but I also think that he is falling right into the palm of their hands because he's allowing them to paint him in a light that he's really not living in. And stop trying to prove them wrong. Like, just if you do what you're supposed to do, you're there for your children, it's going to show. And no matter what they say on camera, it won't matter because it's going to show through your children. Period. Journeyology to the Root says respecting a man who was dating his wife. Exactly. How that look? How I look coming here hazing into the throne of the man that's piping my wife. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. The goal, the unmitigated goal of these people. K-Dior says she's his maid. Yeah, that's what it sounds like Gator Mouth is. I hope she can get some Section 8 and get them damn teeth get them teeth from out of jail. Cuz her teeth been in jail for ever since we met her, okay? Terry Babe 89 says she lost her Section 8 and he can't sell that house because it's not up to code. Oh, that's why he's moving her in. Gotcha. Okay. Dang, she lost her Section 8? That's messed up. So maybe he's trying to get her through nursing school so she can pay rent in this house. Sweet P724 says Martell is a fool and is. Journeyology to the Root says, what? He is still not over his divorce, but he wants to marry his mistress? Lord. See? Child. A mess. A mess. He's just holding on to Gator Mouth because that's all he can do. Coleslaw says maid, mattress, and mule. We're going to skip down, y'all, because I'm only going to read a couple more comments. And we're going to get on up out of here. They don't want a divorce at all. Period. Definitely don't. Okay. Baby girl 1981 says because Crimson Chin and Crazy Eyes ain't getting in divorce and not. What's up, Faith is a Substance? Thank you so much for watching. She says salutations. Hey. Thank you for joining. Lorzy Jones says this entire show is worse than those old soap operas on CBS, NBC, or ABC. Child, hell, the soap operas got a better storyline than these people. Sweet P724 says they both like to argue and fight with each other. I think so. They get off on it. They love it. They love to argue and fight. Terry Babe 89 says she like or loves to hear them arguing. Absolutely. She loves to see it. And that's really not getting them anywhere, honestly. It's really not. So they need to just stop. Reality with DVD says he wants to fight him because he knows his old lady still wants him. Exactly. Shay, you and your husband, Terry Babe 89 says, Shay, you and your husband had me laughing up a storm when you were reviewing Divorce Sisters. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate that. That's what we're going to record tonight, actually. My girl, Brittany Janae is here, my Cancer sister. She says, hey, Shay and Chad, stank penny loafers is still stuck on Mel. He is definitely still stuck on her. For sure. Okay? Yeah, I got you. I knew what you were saying, friend. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I ain't got no more. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this with us too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.